Welcome to Charts Today. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Thursday, the 26th of November, comes to you from London. And we start by looking at the dollar sinking lower on that short term chart and the 60-minute chart. Remembering this is my weekly, my daily, and my 60-minute chart, long term, medium term, and short term view of the market with the corresponding point and figure targets. And we've got 5 downside targets here to play for. So that's just suggesting the dollar will go lower, breaking that September low. So dollar weakness is very much a theme. If we look at the euro against the dollar, we're sitting at 119.20. Would not have been as high as 119.40. That 120 mark looking like we'll go there. We've got upside targets in that direction, 122, 123. Looking at sterling against the dollar, we're sitting at 133.60. And against the euro, we're at 112.10. So we're holding that 112 level, and sterling just continuing its strength there. Looking at Bitcoin, we're sitting at $16,940. So a really big down move there. Yes, I was just seeing here last night we started to deteriorate, and we're falling heavily this morning, down 9%. So really significant move lower there. So we didn't quite get to the target. Got very, very close though, so it's quite interesting that we got there. And we don't have really any more upside targets, so we need to watch the new price action there. The S&P 500 index was flat. Of course, we're closed for Thanksgiving today in the US, and the Nasdaq was up 0.4%, so that's quite significant too. And if we look at the Dow, we were just down 0.5%, having come back below that 30,000 mark. The VIX volatility is sitting at 2161. And if we look at the FTSE future this morning, we're down slightly, down 0.25% on the future in the UK, and the DAX in Germany, little changed, up 0.05% and 0.08% on the CAC Quarante. So European markets very quiet with the Thanksgiving holiday in the US. Japan was up 0.6%, the Hang Seng up 0.5%, and the Chinese market up 0.2%. And the Sensex in India are up 0.5%, continuing to push to new highs. The Aussie market actually was down 0.7%, so it was just a little bit weaker. Gold seems to have found a floor around the $1,800 mark, so that is a key level that we're seeing being built, and it'll be very interesting to see if we can get back into short-term bullish territory. Medium term, we are bearish. The long-term chart's still looking very bullish indeed. We have got potential for 7% downside, 8% on this chart, but the reality is the downside targets are unlikely to be met fully because in an uptrend we cannot to meet downside targets. Silver sitting at 23.40, so that's looking a little bit better than gold, and it's found support at around $23, so that's quite key. US 10-year yield sitting at 0.88%, still steady at that level. Taking a look at the energy mix, we've got crude oil down 1.4% today, having had a very strong week. We were bullish on crude oil to clients on Monday morning. We've really rocketed. We've gone from the low 40s right up to the high 40s, touched 49 at the end of trading yesterday. So looking very strong there. WTI similarly down this morning, but hit $45. It wasn't so long ago that we were struggling to get out of the 30s. US nat gas is higher at $2.93, so that's looking stronger. And of course, storage numbers key on a Thursday, so the holiday will have an impact there. Looking at coal, we're just slightly down this morning, but have again had a good week. Emissions down 0.5%, coming towards the end of the contract end for emissions, and we are just seeing here, just holding that bullish territory. We'll be rolling into the new contract shortly. Looking at MBP, we're down 0.5%, TTF up 0.4%. Gas has had a pretty tough time just recently, but recovering, so looking a little bit better there for TTF front month. And if we look at the seasonal chart, we are seeing here that we are looking just a little bit better as well. We've got more work to do. The upside potential there quite key. Have got targets to 1360 and 1385. German power back above that 40 euro mark quite convincingly, now at 40 euros 90. Further upside targets. We were bullish power this week, so that's played out. And if we look at Nordic power, it's had a very strong recovery this week, really bounced off the floor, massive moves. So a lot of volatility there. And the same with quarterly contract just bouncing higher. And if we can go to new highs, we activate a big upside target. So that's one to watch for the week ahead. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then. And happy Thanksgiving to all my colleagues in the US.